What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today is a big day for the F1 game. Apart from the launch, this is one of the rare times where the game gets some love by the studio Codemasters. They've dropped the F2 2020 update, the free update, and that means that all the new 2020 F2 drivers are now in the game. Now, I just want to squash this right now and say that in my current My Team career mode, you can't choose any of the new drivers, which is a little bit concerning. Maybe it's just because I'm recording this literally as the patch comes out and it needs to be patched again or something. But at this current time, I can't get the new drivers into my game. So hopefully that can be rectified sooner rather than later. But we're going to get into the update now, and I'm going to show you guys all the new drivers. The full lineup: Sean Galal, Dan Ticktum at Dams Racing. There we go to UNI, Virtuosi, Kalamilot, and Guan Yu Zhou. We move ahead to ART, Marcus Armstrong, the Australian apparently, and Christian Lundgaard. And Carlin, we have Yuki Tsunoda and Jihan Deruvala. I apologize if any of my pronunciations are terrible. Jack Aiken and Samaya at Campos. Charuz now, and Louis Delatraz and Pedro Piquet. I've definitely got the pronunciation of that team wrong. MP Motorsport, Nobuharu Matsushita, who's in my career mode at the moment, and Felipe Drogovic. BWT, we have Artem Markelov returning to F2, and Giuliani Alesi. Moving ahead to Prima now, and Mick Schumacher lines up alongside Robert Schwartzman. That's the driver who will be piloting for this video. Roy Nissany and Marino Sato. I don't know all the F2 drivers' names, so this is a good chance for me to learn that guy, who shall not be named, and Luca Giotto rounding out the F2 lineup. And here's a look at all the cars which you can choose from. You can race in solo, so Grand Prix, time trial, multiplayer, and yeah, I'll be doing potentially a few online videos this week as well in these cars. So join me in some open lobbies very soon. Follow me on Twitter to stay up to date on those lobbies. But yeah, we're going to do a race around Abu Dhabi, driving in Mick Schumacher's Prema car, given that he is the world champion, or the F2 champion. Just gone by in Bahrain. It makes sense to jump in his car. So that's what we're going to do. Marcus Armstrong, Australian. Nice flag. It's nice to know that New Zealand and Australia have the same flag. Anyway, we move in to practice. I did one lap. I got P14. It was okay. We're going to start wherever the game puts me, and we're going to try and win the race from there. Let's do this.
Welcome then to the United Arab Emirates. Our F2 drivers are on the grid, and we're moments away from lights out for the start of the Formula 2 Abu Dhabi race. I'm sitting here, quite emotional, next to my friend Davide Valsecchi. Here we are at the end of the F2 calendar, and the atmosphere is electric. I have no doubt that the drivers will be giving it everything they have out there today. I can't wait to get underway.
Hey Alex, you are absolutely right. It's a very special place. This is a track like no other, an event like no other, a jewel in the crown of Formula 2. It's perfect. I think we are in for a fantastic racing event here.
As we're now moments away from the off, let's take a look at the grid order in which they'll start today's race. Yuki Tsunoda lines up on pole position, and it's Kalamilot in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Deruvala, Ticktum, Christian Lundgaard, and Zhou, Armstrong, Galale, Schumacher, Robert Schwartzman, Alesi, Drogovic, Nobuharu Matsushita, and Delatraz, Piquet, Aitken, Markelov, and Guilherme Samaya, Sato, and Roy Nissany. Mazepin and Luca Giotto rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay then, so it is time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the F2 feature race. We won't be doing a reverse grid race today. I'm pretty sure you guys know how that works at this point. But if you do want to see it, could trial it for an online video, which would be pretty sick. So this is going to be a 25% race. I believe 8 laps around here in Abu Dhabi. We're starting a little further down the pack. So we should be able to do a little bit of overtaking. It's the longest race in the world. So hopefully we're in with a good chance of winning this race. So leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's get into this race. I was a bit surprised that there was no pit stops for this one, but it's understandable given how short the race is. Off we go then, and getting these F2 cars off the line is a lot different to an F1 car. You have to actually floor the throttle in order to get away cleanly, and I actually don't think I floored the throttle enough to get away. I think I was running about 60% throttle. I think you want to be up around 80, but regardless, it's P8 for us now as we get up the inside of Guan Yu Zhou. We actually back out of it there. The side better of it, Marcus Armstrong, my fellow Australian, definitely not Kiwi. Up next, we try to get around the outside of him, and I think I put myself a little bit too wide there, just asking a bit too much of the car. Got caught up in the marbles as well, which wasn't great, and we lose a position to Sean Galale there. So here we go, in the slipstream of Galale. Let's see if we can go around the outside. He seems very set on going defensive. We've been hit by Schwartzman, our teammate, and that is game over for us in this race. Red front wing. Here's the replay. We were trying to get past Sean Galale. He was going defensive all over the place. Then I moved to the outside, and I thought I braked at a decent braking point, to be honest, and it was a light touch from Schwartzman, which sent me into the pack of cars ahead, and yeah, that was game over for that incident.
Yeah, it's rewind time.
So off we go for rewind time. Nice little flashback. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. So let's see how this works. Take two, and in the end we back out of it. We don't decide to go up the inside of Sean Galale. We don't go weaving all over the place, and we just consolidate our position for now, and we're going to see if we can get past him in good time. In the slipstream of said driver, Sean Galale, he gets past Guan Yu Zhou for P7, and this could be a double overtake for us if we're late under brakes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What is this video? Oh, yes, there we go. Third time lucky. We've got the job done. I'll lose the back end massively, and that is us through for P7 now. And I never use flashbacks, but here we go. 2 in one lap, let alone one race. Can you tell that I don't know how to drive these F2 cars yet? It's been a long time. I haven't driven these cars on this game yet. I don't believe. I did a bit of it on F1 2019, but that was a long time ago. You get so used to and you get so spoiled by the braking and how much downforce the F1 cars have, especially when you're doing career mode like me. It's a whole new level altogether, and you get back into these cars and you're like, oh my goodness, you need to give the car a lot of notice before you brake, before you turn, before you do anything. It requires a lot of patience to drive these cars, and so hopefully now we should be okay as we go for a big dive bomb on Marcus Armstrong. Again, we lose the back end. I think that's down to my brake bias that I'm running. In the F1 cars, you can get away with 50% brake bias, which is heavily biased towards the rear, and that's why under these settings this car is just not able to cope with that. Same too with the classic cars on F1 2020. They don't like rearwards brake either, which is fair enough, but for some reason you can get away with it on the F1 cars. You can run 50 brake bias and there's no consequence. Ultra good rotation and away you go. But yeah, I've wound the brake bias back a little bit. I think I went back to 52%, but I think I need to go back even. No, sorry, I need to go forwards. I went forwards to 52%. I need to go forwards even further to 54%, and that's the sweet spot. That's where you can lean on the car and get away with it pretty much. But we're in the top 5 now. We've got past Christian Lundgaard there, and we're now going to set our sights after Devon Butler in the Dams car up in P4. Literally is Devon Butler. There's no two ways about it, as we do a bit of lawn mowing through the 3rd sector. Don't mind me. Took a bit of a bollard with us, and it got lodged under the car. I could actually hear and feel it. I had to go into replay cameras just to confirm that it was there. Finally got rid of it, and we're now setting after the cars ahead once again. Fastest up of the Grand Prix at 1 minute 52.4, which is pretty solid. I think about 4/10 faster than the race leader of Yuki Tsunoda, who we are trying to chase down in this race. Bit of a wave there with the DRS opening and closing that rapidly. But this is one of the first laps in clear air that we've got. And you can see we're lining up the timing sectors with purple sectors, which is nice to see attacking that curbing there as we run under the hotel section. One thing that is really cool about these cars is that turbo whistling sound when you go off throttle. It's just a release. I don't know the technical term for it, but it sounds pretty nice when you do go off throttle. Let's listen again as we go into turn 1. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I thought it was just my car. I thought I was special, but I listened to other onboards of other people, and it was the exact same, which is what you'd expect in a an equal series. Anyway, up the inside of Dan Ticktum, and that is us up in a P4 now. See the replay. Just about managed to clear him. He left the inside pretty open there. Unsurprising from his AI. I thought he would have defended that a little bit harder. But there was still fight left in Devon Butler here as he fights back with the DRS open on the first of 2 back straights. And is he going to get me? Yeah, he was pretty late on the brakes there. And I think he's going to stay behind for now. But he is going to get the DRS again on this second back straight. So Dan Ticktum looking pretty good here for another position to be regained. And there's absolutely no defense for me here because there's no fuel mixers, there's no ERS modes in F2. Bit of a nudge there into the triple chicane. So your straight line speed is purely dictated by how good of an exit you get and what kind of setup you run, which I'm running an F1 setup with 4.7 wings. Seems to be working all right for the time being as we dive bomb Dan Ticktum into the last corner. And I tell you what, he probably won't be happy with that.
I don't know what I am doing in my life to deserve this. I really don't.
Oh, look at that. He's a pretty happy boy. So there you go. He's absolutely thrilled to be overtaken into the last corner. And now let's see if he can run with us, Mr. Devon Butler. Are we going to go up the inside of his teammate? You bet we are, not his teammate. Forget I said that. Scrap this whole video. Click off right now and never come back. Please. I don't think I'll recover from that one. Anyway, we move on. I'm going to leave that in the video because why not? We're setting after Callum Ilott now for the podium. And we're looking pretty pacey at this phase of the Grand Prix. It seems like we're getting stronger and stronger as the race wears on. Ilott makes a massive mistake. He missed the apex there by Ilott. But you saw that one coming from a mile away. But anyway, it's P2 for us now. It's the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. We're now trying to set after Yuki Tsunoda in the lead. No DRS for us on that last straight. We do get DRS on this one, though, which makes life a little bit easier. We're able to ease up to the back of him. We seem to be closing in quite a bit in this third sector, really attacking those curbs as we go underneath the hotel section. One place where we're also really strong is the first chicane and that hairpin around the end of the first sector. So we'll see if we can make this area of the track work for us. We're going to have DRS on this last lap. But the question is, do we want to wait for DRS on the second straight? Because we saw what happened between us and Dan Ticktum. If we stay in front and give him DRS on the second straight, then that could prove to be a poor mistake for us to allow Tsunoda to retake the lead. So I'll have to wait and see. We'll try and get a better exit than what we did last time versus Dan Ticktum. So here we go, in the slipstream, in the DRS. No fuel mixture to play with, no ERS either. It's pure straight line speed and DRS around the outside into this chicane between straights. We have the inside for the next right-hander, and Tsunoda gets the much better run. He's going to take the lead and have DRS. Bit of a warning there for track limits. Surprised there wasn't a warning for contact either. We're trying to stay in the slipstream of Tsunoda. This may be our only chance to get the lead back. We dive bomb in a counter-attacking move, and we have the lead of this F2 race here in Abu Dhabi. It's side by side through the triple chicane. But we had the inside for the final left-hander, and that's all we needed to take the lead. For Mick Schumacher, last lap victory, move for the lead is what I'm trying to say. Thankfully, Tsunoda was a good sport. He left a lot of space there, and we're able to run side by side. But in the end, the inside is king through that particular corner. And at the end of the day, we're going to get away with the race victory, having only led for about 5 corners. What an insane race here in Abu Dhabi.
Yes, you've done it. Well done. Great effort there from Prema to take the victory today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
Well, I'm not sure what we just saw, but one thing's for sure. Today's winner has certainly showed they have no fear battling it out on the track. And who can blame them? I don't think I've ever seen someone get through the competition so quickly. Today's race was a sight to behold, and judging from the crowd's reaction, it went down well with the fans as well.
As we look back on a thrilling race here today, we can now see the drivers take their places on the podium. It's a familiar sight by now, as it's another successful F2 win for Prema.
So there we go then. Championship winner of F2 2020 wins this race. Had absolutely nothing to do with me driving. But there you go. How long will it be until Schumacher wins in F1 again? A Schumacher name standing atop the podium. With Haas, could be a while. You never know. That's been this video for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. If there's any more F2 content that you want to see from me on my channel, let me know what it is you want to see online. Do you want to see more single player, specific tracks? Let me know. Personally, I would love to see some classic tracks come from Codemasters, but I really doubt that that's coming on any timeline within this game's life cycle. Maybe for F1 2021. We'll have to keep on voicing our concerns. I think at some point I'll do a what I want for F1 2021, the game. Now that all this is over. I actually did make a video about it ages ago, but it's been so long since I made the video. I never published it. That I think some of the things need to be just reiterated and need to reshoot the whole video again, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, not too long now. I say not too long until the next F1 game, another 6 months. We're just about halfway through this life cycle of this game, and we finally get the F2 update. Hopefully you guys go on to enjoy it, and like I said, I'll try and do as much F2 content as you guys would like to see. In the meantime, I'll keep up the career mode uploads and online stuff as you guys seem to enjoy that stuff. But anyway, that's it. That's been it from me today. Keep an eye out for a 100% Abu Dhabi race online this week. Check me out on Twitter to get involved in that. But until the next video, guys, I'll see you next time.